I'm also pumped up, fired up, and excited to be part of this event. And so great to meet so many people in person after so long. We all know government across the globe, they are working very hard to relax the COVID measures and to bring us all back to the old normal. And slowly, gradually, we will see world will come to the old normal. But one thing which I feel will not change, rather it will grow from here, is the adoption of digital infrastructure or the digital architecture. When the world was in the mid of crisis 2-3 years back, it was only one thing which kept us alive, which kept the business alive, and that was the adoption of digital services. Organization, they worked hard to adopt this revolutionary digital infrastructure and bring the services to our doorstep, whether it is work from home, education online, medical online, and this will grow from here. Now, when we talk about the digital transformation journey for any organization, we can't ignore cloud. Because cloud is the key backbone of any digital infrastructure because of its agile and scalable architecture, I should say. Now, cloud brings in, again, a lot of challenges, especially the security challenges. And that's exactly we're going to learn in the next 15 to 20 minutes, that what are some key security challenges organizations are facing when they move to the cloud, and how CrowdStrike platform can help overcome those challenges for organizations. Before we move forward, already she did the introduction, but again to repeat, I'm Sanket, I'm the Senior Product Manager for CrowdStrike based in Singapore with over 10 plus cyber security experience across Asia Pacific. Now, like I said, cloud also brings in a lot of challenges for the organization. And if we see three key challenges, the security challenges moving when organizations they are trying to move to the cloud is starting with visibility. Now, visibility is always a key and will remain the key factor in cybersecurity because you cannot protect something which you can't see. So you have to first have a visibility across your digital infrastructure. And cloud actually brings in more complexity because of the multi-cloud adoption. Organization for redundancy, scalability, they adopt multi-cloud hybrid architecture, hosting their services on public cloud like AWS, GCP, Azure, hosting services on their on-prem cloud or hybrid cloud. They need a visibility around their digital infrastructure, their cloud, the services they are running, the load balancers, the routers, the containers, and the workloads they are running, how well they have configured or there are any misconfiguration within that cloud infrastructure. That's the visibility piece. But the key or the heart of the digital journey for organization is microservices. So whether you see Facebook, Netflix, digital banking, the core of the cloud or digital is basically microservices. Now microservices, any organization, when they adopt the microservices, they develop a containerized version of their application. And to develop the containerized version of the application, they actually implement what they call a CI/CD pipeline, where they have a pipeline right from the build to the deployment phase. So one of the challenge here is how to actually secure that whole CI/CD pipeline, how to bring security by design concept in the digital journey. And the third one is basically the operational part of it, because cloud is no different and cyber attackers are also pumped up actually to attack the digital infrastructure of organizations. So the operation becomes a very big challenge for organizations because they need to manage these cloud infrastructure, the visibility, the security threat, and they are looking actually for a single glass pane visibility across their organization, including the on-prem and the digital infrastructure. So these are some of the key challenges. But the elephant in the room is always the cyber adversaries, because they are also looking for these challenges and exploit these challenges to get into the digital infrastructure of organization and achieve their motivation. So if you look at the cyber threat landscape in the cloud part of the world, and this data is actually coming from CrowdStrike Global Threat Report. So for everyone in the room, if you have not seen the Global Threat Report of CrowdStrike, every year our threat intelligence team, IR team, hunting team, they work together to release this Global Threat Report. So please Google it, download it, and you will see the elaborate version of this. But in a nutshell, what we are seeing in the cloud is these adversaries are exploiting the vulnerabilities, exploiting the zero-day vulnerabilities, and I have an example in the next slide. But these are the runtime threats. Runtime threat means when the workloads are running in production, whether it's a virtual machine or the containerized version of the application, it has the vulnerabilities which are being exploited by the adversaries. Running the Bitcoin miner, achieving the lateral movement and other attacks. The next one is adversaries, they are finding an intelligent way in cloud infrastructure to maintain their persistence, to make sure they are there in the organization infrastructure longer. And one of the key tactics what we have seen attackers they are adopting is infecting the whole CI/CD pipeline. So going back to my earlier discussions, when organizations they build their container or containerized application, they always start with a base image. And these base images are available in the public repository like Docker Hub. So attackers, what they are doing is they are putting the infected version of the base image, like a Linux image or Windows image, into this Docker Hub, so that when organization or the developers are using these base image, the infected version will come in, and then they can be in the network for longer, and the impact will be huge. So that is how they are maintaining the persistence within the organization network. And the last one is around the cloud misconfiguration. Like I said, the cloud is your virtual data center. Although you are using the public cloud or a private cloud, but technically you are using a very similar services like storage, router, load balancer, virtual machines, container. Now they all, we have seen they all have misconfiguration, which adversaries across the globe they are exploiting. So this is how attackers are making sure that they attack their digital organization, digital infrastructure. So like I said, the adversarial activity are real in cloud. We are seeing a lot of adversarial activity, right from exploiting the vulnerabilities, maintaining the persistence, installing the Bitcoin miners within the customer or organization cloud infrastructure. So all in all, attackers are present in your digital infrastructure. And if you look at the real world example, this is a very, very classic example where CrowdStrike cloud researchers, they discovered the zero-day vulnerability in one of the container runtime environment called Cryo. Now, container runtime environment, let me be a little technical here. How that works is, in the container world, you are running multiple containers of different flavor on a single operating system. How is that possible? It is possible because of the technology called container runtime, like Docker, Cryo. So these are the middle layer or the interface between the container and the host kernel. Now, this particular vulnerability was the zero-day vulnerability discovered by CrowdStrike cloud researchers. And if attackers successfully exploit this vulnerability, they can get a root-level access to the host. That is the super admin access to the host. And when they have the super admin access to the host, they can actually move laterally, they can maintain persistence, they can do data exploitation, they can technically do anything. I mean, the impact is quite big and long. So this was the zero-day vulnerability which was discovered. But the point here is that there are vulnerabilities, there are zero-day vulnerabilities, and you will see more and more exploits and zero-day exploit in future also. Attackers they will be exploiting that cloud infrastructure. So that was on the workload, exploiting the operating system, exploiting the container, the runtime thread. But the cloud control plane, and this is where organization I have seen they ignore the control plane of the cloud. Like I said, cloud is nothing but it's your virtual data center where you're hosting your application. You are using a virtual router, a virtual load balance, virtual storage. Although everything is hosted somewhere else, but that belongs to you. That's your control plane. So attacker, for example, if they can find an insecure API, because API is the key access point for any cloud infrastructure. And we have seen there are many insecure API available where attacker, if they get hold of that one key insecure API, they can get into your organization network, they can create more users, they can exploit misconfigurations, they can move around, they can discover everything in your virtual data center or cloud data center. So all in all, the bottom line is we need to, or we should not ignore the cloud control plane also. You should see cloud security as a whole. It's actually a cloud security securing the control plane as well as the workload. Now, how do we do that? So what we saw in last 2 to 3 slides are the challenges. How attackers are exploiting the vulnerabilities, zero-day vulnerabilities, the visibility challenge. But how do you solve that? So CrowdStrike came out with this cloud security platform, and we adopted industry standard CNAPP, which is the cloud native application protection platform. And no better than CrowdStrike can develop this, and I'll tell you the reason. Because CrowdStrike in 2011 was the first security vendor, endpoint security vendor, to come up with a cloud native platform. That means we are protecting our own cloud platform, which is actually hosted on public cloud from last 11 years. We have our in-house threat intelligence team, in-house hunting team, in-house IR team, protecting our own infrastructure. So we actually are doing this for a very long time, and with that in mind, we built this cloud security platform, which is actually based on the cloud native architecture of CrowdStrike. So what we technically help organization to provide with this cloud or the CNAPP platform is number one, visibility. Like I said initially, you can't protect what you can't see. So a single glass pane view around the visibility in a multi-cloud architecture, visibility of your cloud control plane, visibility of your workloads, visibility around your services you're using in the cloud, like load balancer, router, or any other service, and also with visibility around the misconfiguration. So the first thing what we solve is the single glass pane view around the visibility of the digital infrastructure. The second thing is image security. So one of the challenges I discussed was around securing the CI/CD pipeline, securing the pipeline where you're developing your container images. So we actually integrate with your CI/CD pipeline and we scan your container images pre-runtime before you actually go ahead and deploy those in production. So we will provide you the visibility around the vulnerabilities, misconfiguration, or any kind of malware within your container image. And what problem this will solve, if you remember my example, that attackers are using persistence technique where they are infecting the container image or the base container image. So if you have the possibility to scan your container image before it goes in the runtime, this is what we actually have with our image security. The third one is hooking into your Kubernetes platform. I'm very well aware of, and I'm sure that people sitting here adapted the digital framework would have used the Kubernetes to orchestrate the container. So we actually provide a visibility around misconfiguration within the Kubernetes, whether it is your on-prem Kubernetes or Kubernetes in the public platform like EKS, AKS. So we provide some of the misconfiguration which actually help organization to prioritize and fix those misconfiguration. The next one is control plane. Like I said, control plane is your virtual data center. So the same platform provides visibility around the services you are using in the digital infrastructure to host your container or microservices architecture. Give you visibility around your Amazon, GCP, Azure, and other platforms in the same dashboard. Around misconfiguration, around containers misconfiguration, around the exploit, everything in one dashboard. And last but not the least, the runtime protection. protecting your running workloads, whether it's the running virtual machine or the containers, against zero-day exploit, against the crypto miner activity, against lateral movement, or all the other runtime threats. Now, if you look at CrowdStrike, and like I said, my CrowdStrike, one was, I explained that we were the first one to develop the cloud native endpoint security platform, but also if you see the breadth of the platform, CrowdStrike actually helped protect the on-prem infrastructure, which is like your workstation, laptops, virtual machines, servers in your physical data center, and also the same platform we extended to protect your digital infrastructure, which is your cloud platform. So it's like a one dashboard view for your security operations team to have a visibility around your on-prem infrastructure threats and the threats misconfiguration you see in your digital side of the infrastructure. So this is the part of the same CrowdStrike platform with single lightweight agent and some of the agentless technology to protect your whole of organization infrastructure. Now with that, I wanted to be on time because we started a little late. So the last thing I want to leave you all with is security by design. For all the organization out here adapted digital platform infrastructure, or they are planning to go cloud or digital, is security by design. You need to remember one thing, that the cloud is a bit different. Everyone says cloud is different because it is so dynamic and agile that you need to make sure you bring security early in the cycle. Because they are serverless technologies, they are infrastructure as a core technologies, they are technologies like CI/CD pipeline, shift left. So we need to make sure that you bring in security early in the cycle, you have the visibility of those vulnerabilities before a bad actor actually exploits them. So with that, thank you very much for attending the session. I hope it was helpful, but I'll be around for any questions. Thank you very much.